Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome to the Nashville Stars Franchise. In the month of April, Nashville went 10-17. You know, I thought we actually did pretty decent for the roster that we have. But now we go into the month of May with a pretty difficult challenge here. We go against the Twins, Red Sox, Cardinals, Yankees twice in a 4-game set, Tampa Bay, and then the Red Sox to end this month. And so far, I think we've done decent. Miguel Rojas has been a big boost to our lineup. 287, 380 on base percentage also, along with Eli White coming off of the bench with a 285 on base percentage. Jacob Nottingham actually hitting 264, which is actually pretty good for what we get for his overall. A 264 average, I'll take that any day of the week. Jesus Aguilar hitting 250, leading our team with 7 home runs, tied for the lead with 13 RBIs, along with Dominic Smith, who's hitting about 243. I definitely want to see Dominic Smith's average go up because he is more of a DH than an outfielder than anything. So I definitely want to see him hitting a lot better than that. Chad Pinder has been a disappointment so far, hitting only 209. He is our starting second baseman. You definitely want more out of him as a starter. But then, how about Josh Fuentes and Tyrone Taylor, both hitting below 200 to start this season? As starters, I mean, that is a huge no-no. And if it keeps up, I mean, we could be looking at replacing them. Now, in this series, I'm not going to be looking to make a lot of trades, but I am at least going to be looking to add some young pieces who have a lot of potential. And right now, we don't have a lot of pieces to trade, so doing that right now is going to be a little difficult. But we have to draft well going into this series. Now, we face the Boston Red Sox to start the month of May, and here is Jamie Barria on the mound for us. He's facing a pretty tough Boston lineup. Here's Xander Bogaerts at the plate. He just pops this one right to the catcher in the infield. Jorge Alfaro behind the plate today. He will get the catch. And now we go to the bottom of the first inning. Here's Oscar Mercado, our left fielder, hitting 237 this year. I definitely want to see more out of him at that leadoff spot. The issue we're having right now is that we are not scoring runs as he grounds out to third. As that brings up Dominic Smith here in the 3-hole, hitting 243. He hits one high into the air in right field. And that was actually a pretty good pitch to hit. It's just a fly out to right field. We go down 1-2-3 as well. On to the bottom of the third inning. Here's Enrique Hernandez at the plate. This one's a ground ball to Chad Pinder, and that throw is going to be off. Now, Chad Pinder is a guy that I just highlighted, hitting only 209. If he can't field the ball well and throw the ball accurately to first from the second base position, we got to find somebody else who can do either or. I mean, if you can't field, you can't hit, what can you do? Chad Pinder was a guy that I was expecting to have high hopes for coming into this series as a veteran. And here we move on to the bottom of the third inning. Here's Eric Sogard coming off of the bench today to get the start. And he gets a line shot to left center field with only 26 speed. He gets a double. But Eric Sogard is the guy that could possibly take the place of Chad Pinder when he starts to slide more. But we'll see. Here's Jorge Alfaro at the plate. He hits one to right field. He has excellent speed as a catcher with 72. That one gets over the right fielder's glove, and it's a stand-up double. But Sogard, with only 26 speed, moves over to third base. Here is Victor Robles at the plate with no outs. He hits one deep to left field. That one is going to be foul. 3-2 pitch now facing Rich Hill outside. And we do load up the bases as the top of the lineup comes to the plate. Oscar Mercado leads us off here as we have bases loaded. This one's hit deep to left field, giving chase. This one's run down. It will at least be a sacrifice fly, and actually Alfaro will move over to third base. And now we have runners on the corners here. We get one run out of this inning. This one's going to be hit deep to left center. Miguel Rojas comes through with a shot to the gap. That one will score 2. Rojas will stand on second with a 2 RBI double in the bottom of the third inning. It's a 3-0 lead here for your Nashville Stars. Rojas is definitely that mentor we highlighted earlier for this team, and I definitely love what he is doing with the high on-base percentage also. Dominic Smith to the plate. He gets one right over the middle of the plate, and that one is crushed. Oh my goodness. Hits the upper deck. 495 off of the bat of Dominic Smith, and that's just absolutely crushed. It's a 5-0 game. This third inning is still going on. Here is Jesus Aguilar. He hits one deep to right center. This one's got carry. It stays in the ballpark, but another hit off of Rich Hill in the third inning. And the Nashville Stars are just hot at the plate right now. You got to think that the manager will come out and pull Rich Hill. Jesus Aguilar with a 15-game hitting streak. And that will do it for Rich Hill. They've seen enough, and wow, how about this offensive output by your Stars? That brings in Michael Wacha out of the bullpen, a low ERA to start this season also. We'll see if he can get out of this. Here is Eli White up to the plate, and he grounds into a double play to end the third inning. But a very good inning from your Stars as we move on to the fourth inning. Jorge Alfaro comes to the plate. He hits one hard up the middle. He was one of our top 10 picks in the expansion draft. Maybe he's a guy that's a little bit slept on. Mercado to the plate. He hits one deep. This one's got carry. It's going to be back at the track. It does bounce off of the wall. It's going to be an RBI triple for Mercado if his bat can start to come around. We could really do some things here in season one. Not saying we will be a playoff team, but at least we have a vision for the future right now. Kind of up in the air with how poorly our guys are hitting to start this season. But on the mound, Jamie Badilla probably pitching one of his best outings this year so far. We go to the bullpen. We bring in Joel Payamps out of the pen. He's pitched 18 innings, a very high ERA, 6.38. Want to try to get that down in a situation where we're up 6 runs, but not this time. That's going to be smacked to left field. It's a home run over the wall. And Enrique Hernandez hits his 5th home run of the year. I thought that this was a good situation to bring Payamps in because he has been struggling, but right away gives up a home run to Hernandez, 6-1. We keep him in here in the 9th inning. He faces Rafael Devers at the plate. And this one will be hit deep to right field. A sinker low in the zone, and Devers, being the hitter that he is able to get enough wood on that one and drive it deep to right field. His 11th of the year. Payamps gave up 2 home runs late in this game, but with a 6-run lead, it's not easy to protect it, but it's a lot easier than having a 1-run lead. And we get Trevor Story to strike out here in the 9th inning. A 6-2 victory here for your Nashville Stars. A good home victory. And we get the win here. Jamie Badilla pitched very, very well. Struck out 8, only walked 1, giving up no earned runs, and only 3 hits allowed through 7 innings. I got to give it up for Jorge Alfaro. He had 3 hits in this game. And he's maybe a guy that should move up in the lineup more, even possibly be an everyday guy. Now we go on to a Kansas City series. We are tied at 7 in the bottom of the 9th inning at home. And here is Jesus Aguilar. He has a chance to win the game, but a ground out to the right side of the field. Bringing up Dominic Smith, who hit a home run versus the Red Sox. He gets one low. Check swing. And that will be strike 3 on the check swing. And we go to extras. Jose Ruiz into pitch here, facing Alberto Mondesi, who goes deep to left field. This one looks like it will be run down by Alfaro, playing in left field today. He plays catcher and left. With that 98 arm strength, he's definitely a weapon in the outfield. He comes to the plate now, hitting .286 on the year, 2 for 3 in this game, facing Amir Garrett. And the first pitch will be over the middle, and Alfaro does not miss. That one's gone. Walk off here in Nashville. How about Jorge Alfaro? Maybe the guy, like I said, that's been slept on. He goes deep here in extras, and we get the win here. The crowd was emptying out there in extras. There was nobody out there in left field to catch that ball in the stands. We get the win. Jorge Alfaro with another 3-hit game. I want to start to check out more of our young pitchers. We already checked out Jamie Badilla. I want to check out Jake Woodford. 25 years old, only 70 overall, but I think this is an evaluation year. Who's going to be on the team for the long haul? Who are we going to see as at least potential pieces going into season number 2, which we are far from, but at least we want to see who's going to show up now to possibly be on the team later. Facing the Kansas City Royals now, he faces Whit Merrifield, who leads off the game. That's a nice stop at first by Evan White, another guy looking to compete for a future spot on this MLB roster. Woodford facing Salvador Perez, and he gets him to strike out looking. I don't know what Perez was looking at on that one. That was right over the middle. Abdubel Herrera comes up here in the 3rd inning. He hits a frozen rope down the left field line. That one gets to the wall. It looks like it will score one also, and Woodford gives up the first run of the game. Kansas City takes the 1-0 lead. Jake Woodford's got good stuff. I think it's his control. He's got to have good command and hit his spots, but he does settle down here in the 3rd. Gets a strikeout there that brings up Nicky Lopez, but he hits one to left field. That one drops in. Mercado comes up throwing, and the throw is up the line, and that will be a 2-0 lead here for the Kansas City Royals. You know, one thing I love about having Alfaro behind the plate, but also as a left fielder, is those hits right there when we have Alfaro in left, that's not going to score a run. He doesn't have the greatest accuracy with his arm from the outfield, but if we have him in the outfield, nobody's running on him. We end up tying this game up at 2 apiece, but Jake Woodford here in the 6th inning giving up a shot off of the left field wall, and that will be a double here with 2 outs. Hopefully he can get out of this, but look at this. Hustling around the bases. That's going to be a triple. It should have been a double, but the throw was off. Here is the next batter up to the plate, and we do get a fly out to left field. But that is going to end Jake Woodford's day. Woodford is an interesting pitcher. I want to see what I can get out of him. But, you know, outings like that, he missed a lot of his spots. So we'll need to work on that with him. That brings in the veteran Mike Fiers off out of the bullpen. He gives one up deep to right field, and it sneaks over the wall into the waterfall. Herrera again. He had the RBI double earlier. He hits his 5th home run right there. And it's a 3-2 lead here for Kansas City. Facing Domingo Tapia on the mound. This is going to be Evan White. He hits one deep to left field, and this one will carry into the stands. We are tied up here at 3 apiece. Evan White, who doesn't get much playing time, but if he shows power like that, he will start to get more. It's now a 3-up game. We end up tacking on another run and checking out Phil Maton on the mound here, facing Andrew Benintendi. That one will be a low fastball in the zone. And now we go on to the next batter, and that one will be a strikeout as well. Olivares will whiff at that. 2 strikeouts here. Looking to close this game out is the relief pitcher coming over from the Astros. He nails an outside fastball, and that one will do it here in this game. 4-3 victory. Maton gets the save, and we get a good victory here at home. And I got to say, another good game from Jorge Alfaro. I mean, is this a guy that we should possibly be looking at a little closer as to who's going to be cornerstones of this team, and seeing that he can play multiple positions? That's awesome. Evan White came in for 1 at-bat and hit a home run. That is awesome too. And I think that we should give him a closer look also. Moving on to the next starting pitcher we want to focus on in this episode is Chris Paddack. 102 whip, 264 ERA, both excellent there. And in 44 innings pitched, he's got 37 strikeouts. So let's see what he does versus St. Louis here, as we are on the road facing a very good Cardinals lineup. Here he faced Edmundo Sosa. What am I saying? Is that brings up Paul Goldschmidt. Very hard to get him out at the plate. He hits a chopper to third. Fuentes with a throw to first, and that one will get him. That looks like that was Chad Pinder at third base, actually, as we move on to the 2nd inning. Now facing Nolan Arenado to the plate. It brings it to a 3-2 count, and Arenado gets the best of Paddack right there. A hard ground ball up the middle, and it will be a single. Now, for a couple of these games, I actually tried out dynamic difficulty with pitching. Right now, I'm not on dynamic. I'm actually on, I believe I'm on Hall of Fame at this point. but I wanted to try that out to see how it works, and I actually kind of like it, so I will kind of do some offline dynamic difficulty pitching games and try to get that difficulty up, because when the game starts, they actually ask you if you want to be dynamic. I actually selected no when I first started the game up, and I can't go back to that, so I wanted to start on legend with dynamic difficulty and kind of go down from there, but I had to start from the beginning. So as you can see right now, we are on Hall of Fame right here, and Paddack is dealing, facing this tough St. Louis lineup. But you saw last game where we did the quick manage there, or not the quick manage, but we were pitching with Woodford. That was actually on dynamic. This one is on Hall of Fame. And here we are facing this lineup, and you know what? Chris Paddack is pitching excellent here. 67 pitches, but has not given up a run yet. But here's a fly ball to right field. It looks like this one will be camped under by Tyrone Taylor playing in right. 2 outs here. He could go through the first 5 innings with actually 1 out. He can go through the first 5 innings with no runs given up with the ground ball here. And Corey Dickerson is just looking 96 mile an hour. Harrison Bader, he's next. He drives one deep, but it will just be a fly out to Robles in center. Paddack is the guy. He is the guy we will have to build around in the rotation. You can just see it. It's evident here. On to the 6th inning. Our offense is not giving any help. And here is a deep shot to right field. This one's got carry, and the first home run of the game will come off of the bat of Carlson, and he absolutely crushes that one. That was the first pitch that missed his spot all day for Chris Paddack. Our offense has to come through for him. Here with no outs still. Here's a blooper to left field. That one drops in. With 90 pitches, you got to be thinking we're looking at the bullpen here as that brings up the top of our lineup. Tommy Edman grounds to second base. Pinder to second, on to first, and it will be just a fielder's choice. And now that brings up Sosa again. Paddack, low pitch, ground ball. This one should be 2 to second, to first, double play. Paddack is such a good pitcher. He needed 2 ground balls, and he got it in that scenario. But on to the 9th inning. Our offense is not giving Paddack any love. And he ends up, despite a great outing, getting a loss in that one. And that's been the struggle so far. We have struggled to put runs across the plate. And it's shown here with a 1-0 loss on the road to the Cardinals. Dakota Hudson, 6 innings pitch. He gets player of the game. How about this stat line, though? Chris Paddack gave up 3 hits, struck out 7, walked 1 earned run, and he gets the loss. Amazing. We move on to the Detroit Tigers series here, facing Jonathan Scope at the plate. Phil Maton looking for the save here on the road. We will see if he can get it done. 1 out in this game. Scope will swing and miss. He's 2 for 4, make it 2 for 5 in this game, and now 2 outs. And let's see if Maton can get out of this in an inside slider, strike 3. There we go, getting a nice win there. Maton is a guy that does not get many innings because we are not in those scenarios a lot where we're winning and need a save opportunity from Maton, but we get the victory right there. Now the opposite scenario. We're down by 1 here in the bottom of the 11th. Tyrone Taylor, who has been struggling at the plate this year, he flies out to left field, bringing up another struggling hitter in Chad Pinder with 2 outs. 0-2 pitch. That one is swung on and missed. It looked like maybe he got a tip on that one, but the same exact location, strike 3. And Pinder just continues to struggle this year so far. We might be looking to move on from Pinder or at least put him on the bench. Maybe Sogard is the better option. But we start the struggle here in the month of May as Jesus Aguilar comes up in a 1-run game in the top of the 9th inning with a chance to tie this ball game up, and he does walk. That brings up Dominic Smith, who is hitting around 250 this year. We will put Eli White on to pinch run for Aguilar, and Dom Smith gets a pitch right over the middle. He misses that one. 0-2 count now with a 98 speed pinch runner on first. The pitch is on low, and a strike 3 swung on and missed. The slurve got him. and Nashville will fall right there, 4-5 to the Yankees. The Yankees are light years ahead of us right now, but they get the victory there. They win 4-5, and you can just look at the month of May. We definitely struggled. We went on a couple of big losing streaks, and we just could not get any type of consistency here. Just kind of what you were expecting here in season number 1. But at the end of the month of May, we're starting to think about the draft, and this is going to be one of the most crucial drafts. I think the first 2 drafts are probably the most crucial in series like this, where you have a lot of rebuilding to do. And I think right now is important because we don't have a lot of prospects to trade away to get, better players, or we don't have veteran good players to trade away for prospects. I mean, that is kind of the trade-off we have with building this team. Now, I am projecting, I'm not sure which pick we will have, but I'm sure we'll have a top 5 pick. And looking at the blue chippers in this upcoming draft, I don't really like them because I like to draft guys in the first 2 rounds that are close to the current year. So MLB ETA, I like to draft guys that are either 2023 or 24 or 25. Usually not 25, that's like 3 years away. But the only guy up here that's even close to, or remotely close to having a shot at the MLB is Barry Harrington. He is a closing pitcher. I do not like to draft closing pitchers late or early in the first round. So let's just look at our options. These are non-blue chip options. Now, with the first round pick, I definitely want to make sure I get a good pitching prospect. Steven Brennan is the best. He is a right-hander. He has excellent stamina. He has excellent velocity. And one thing I'm going to do with the first round picks, for all of the first round picks, I'm going to rename them. One of you guys in the comment section did point out that maybe it'd be cool to rename them to the actual MLB prospects in the draft. So I'm going to do that for our first round picks. Mark Oka is another guy. He's 22 years old, but I'm not really sold on him because he doesn't have anything that's elite. Then there's a 75 potential Connie Munoz. Now, I'm not sure if I would draft a 75 potential guy this early, but if he's there in the second round, we could snag him. He's a lefty. I love his potential with his walks per 9 at 70. That actually shows me that he's going to have good control, good command. And then another guy I'm considering here is Brian Guzman. His MLB ETA is the 2024, so that would be 2 years away. He is 19 years old. He's a right-hander, and he has excellent strikeouts per 9 as his potential at 70. So I guess that's not excellent. I guess it's well above average, I should say. Then we look into the middle rounds. I'm considering a couple guys like Matthew Campbell. He is a 2023 ETA guy, only 70 potential. Usually those are guys that are like C potential, but he is an interesting guy just due to his ability to run the bases. He has excellent reaction and has excellent speed and ability to steal. Honus Cozart is a guy I'm looking at in the middle rounds. He is 18 years old, 75 potential. His hitting zones definitely leave something to be desired, which is why he would probably be a project. But at 18, we would have the time with him. Another guy would be Derek Pins in the middle rounds. He is 21 years old. And I'm not sure if I'm sold on him completely because he's 21 and his ETA is that 2026 plus. He's kind of further away. But my favorite prospect in the draft in the middle rounds is Steven Burke. He is a 22-year-old shortstop. He went to college for 4 years. But what I love about him is that he can run well, he can hit well, and he can field well. He is a 5-tool player, but a little bit older. At 22 years old, his ETA is 2023. His overall will come in higher too. So he has a chance to play in year even 1, maybe even at the latest year 2. But I like him a lot. He can run, he can hit. He's a guy to look out for in the draft. So I wanted to show you guys just a preview of next episode to show you who I'm looking at in the draft. And that will do it today. We are 22-33 at the end of the month of May before hopping into the draft. It's a big episode for us. We want to make sure we draft well in order to keep up with the other AL East teams. So let me know down in the comment section below, out of those draftees, who you think I should target. Now, like I said, we're going to have a top 5 pick more than likely. I'm not sure which pick it's going to be, but we're going to have a lot of guys to pick from. and we're going to have to make a good decision. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Appreciate you guys rocking out with me with the Nashville Stars. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I hope the rain don't